The audio is working. Network error.
It's just.
It's just. It says I'm online. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. That seems to be working. Yeah, we're gonna continue where we left off. Finished off the React section yesterday, which went pretty okay towards the end. Today we are doing some Redux, is what we're gonna work on. Right. There's some Redux up in here. We need to add some logo to it. We'll do the logo thing later on. Just open it up in a new tab. Okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Yeah, so today I'm gonna go through Redux, maybe even React and Redux, depending on how easy or how difficult this is gonna be. Okay, Redux is a predictable state. Oh, there's more states. There's more states. Okay. Alright, we can do this. Do you have a logo for Redux? Redux.js logo. That's that. Hey, there you go. That will do nicely, my friend. Let's go. Redux, add cover. Change. We're gonna use by URL or link. There we go. Reposition. Like that. That looks alright. Alright, very cool. So that should be React, right? Oh, that's Redux. Okay. Alright, hang on. Okay. Okay. Just get ready. There we go. All right, cool. Let's get started. 1 a.m. Always love it when I start late. Okay. React. Okay. Let's move this to the left. Can add some notes in there. All right, cool. Let's zoom in so you guys can see that too. All right, so Redux is a predictable state container for JavaScript apps. It helps you write applications that behave consistently, run on different environments, client server and native, and are easy. Oh, okay, so client server and native. So maybe this is what we would use for the Node.js comes into play, maybe, and are easy to test. While you can use Redux with any Vue library, it's introduced here before being combined with React. All right, go to the first lesson. Let's go. Create a Redux store. Redux is a state management framework that can be used in a number of different web technologies, including React. In Redux, there is a single state object that's responsible for the entire state. There's a single state object that is responsible for the entire state of the application. This means that if you had a React app with 10 components, each component had its own local state. The entire state of the app would be defined by a single state object housed in the Redux store. This is the first important principle to understand non Redux. Redux store is the single source of truth when it comes to application state. This also means that anytime any piece of your app wants to update state, it must do so through the Redux store. Makes it easier to track state management of your app. I guess single source of truth. Right, state management. All right, we'll pop this in here. The Redux store is an object which holds and manages the application state. There's a method called create store on the Redux object, which you can use to create the Redux store. This method takes a reducer function as a required argument. The reducer function is covered in a later challenge and is already defined for you in the code editor. The reducer method. Okay. It takes state as an argument and returns state. Declare a store variable and assign it to the create store. Declare a, for example, redux.create store. Alright, because this is telling you what to do. So redux.create store. What am I doing? Redux store should exist. The Redux store should have a value of 5 for the state. Declare a store variable. So const store. Const store equals create store. The Redux. Okay, what? No, the code in that is ES6 default argument syntax. Okay, wait. What does the reducer do? The Redux store is an object which also manages application state. There's a method called corrects on the Redux object which you can use. I guess I would need to have redux.create store there. Build error. Alright, okay. This method takes a reducer function as a required argument to be. Oh, so we need to add reducer in there. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Create a Redux store. Hey, bud, how you doing, man? How's your Sunday going? Or Monday? No. Monday night, Monday morning. What's up, man? Drop. How's the projects coming on? Do, 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 do. Going great. I learned a lot on YouTube and I'm working on the project planning. Okay, nice. Nice. I'm curious because you're not telling me what the projects are. I'm curious to see what they're going to be. You learned on YouTube, huh? YouTube tutorials. Nice. Wait, none of us scored anything? That's weird. Do, do. Okay, this one's done. What about university work? Do you have any more coursework or any assignments left? Get state from the Redux store. The Redux store object provides several methods that allows you to interact with it. For example, you can retrieve the current state with the get state method. The code from previous time is rewritten more concisely in the code editor. Console Redux restore state 5. Right. Okay, store dot get state. Current state equal. So maybe a let that kind of. I plan to drop courses and do them in some other semester as it currently stands. I can still graduate with no delays. I like to look at a system, find all the legal loopholes and exploit them to the max. I love it. Drop some courses. Oh wait, just to make sure I understand, what do you mean by drop courses? Like you're creating a course, right? Is that what you mean? Like a tutorial course? Or you mean you want to drop courses from your degree so you don't have to do them? Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you're creating a course. You mean you want to drop so you don't have to study them and still pass? And still finish your degree? Right? That's what you said? Gotcha. Okay, I was confused. Like, yeah, yesterday I thought you meant like, you're gonna drop some courses, man. Gonna teach people how to do, I don't know, how to code. I thought that's what you meant. Are you working to after finish? Okay, very cool. Awesome. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Already planning a lot of stuff. Okay. Man, if you need any help with that, like, I'm game. Let me know. Anything I can help. Redux. Define a Redux action. Since Redux is a state management framework, updating state is one of its core tasks. In Redux, all state updates are triggered by dispatching actions. An action is simply a JavaScript object that contains information about an action event that has occurred. Simply a JavaScript object that contains information about an action that has occurred. The Redux store receives these action objects, then updates its state accordingly. Sometimes a Redux action also carries some data. For example, action carries a username after user logs in, while the data is optional. Actions must carry a type property which specifies the type of action that occurred. Think of Redux actions as messengers that deliver information about events happening in your app to the Redux store, the store that conducts the business of updating statement on the action that occurred. Yeah, that's a handy little analogy. We'll pop that in there. All right, what are we doing here? Writing a Redux action is simple as declaring an object with the type property. Oh, okay. Declare an object action. So let action equals object is going to have this curly braces. Give it a property type. Set to string. Login. Is that what we're doing? Oh, yeah, we don't need that. Oh, it needs to be all caps locks. Man, we're already 20% through. Confirm, yeah. Not right now. An action creator. After creating an action, the next step is sending the action to the Redux store so you can update its state. In Redux, you can define action creators to accomplish this. An action creator is simply a JavaScript function that returns an action. In other words, action creators create objects that represent the action event. Lots and lots of objects. Lots and lots of objects. We've been doing functional stuff and now dealing with objects. Okay. Define a function. Let action creator. Wait, do I need to do? That returns action. Oh wow. Function, my function. Oh, do we need a name? I'm forgetting the basics, man. Function, you need to type the word function. Okay. Let's let's set that in there. Redux action. Action creator. Maybe a bit of definition would help. Okay. We are on to the next phase. Dispatch. Dispatch an action event. Dispatch method is where you use the dispatch actions to the Redux store, calling store.dispatch and passing the value returned from the action creator sends an action back to the store. Gotcha. Dispatch an action event. Record that action creators return an object with a type property. In the method. So based on the previous challenge, store the dispatch action creator, store the dispatch type login. Both dispatch the same. Both of them dispatch the same thing. Okay. All right. So what do we do here? So we have music creator dispatch, store dot dispatch. I should do it right. All right. So we can do that, or we can actually specify which key to send, and that's going to be type. That's going to work too. What am I missing? Type. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this one here doesn't work. Okay, I'm not sure why the second one didn't work, but whatever. Handle an action in the store. After an action is created in dispatch, the Redux store needs to know how to respond to that action. This is the job of the reducer function. Reducers in Redux are responsible for the state modifications that take place in response to actions. So a reducer takes a state and action as arguments. The reducer takes the state and action as arguments, and it always returns a new state. And it's important to see that this is the only role of the reducer. It has no side effect, it never calls an API endpoint, and it never has any hidden surprises. The reducer is simply a pure function that takes state and action, then returns a new state. Another key principle in Redux is that state is read-only. In other words, the reducer function must always return a new copy of state, and never modify state directly. Redux does not enforce state immutability. However, you are responsible for enforcing it in the code of your reducer function. It's read only. Okay. So what we're saying, the code editor has previous examples as well as a state reducer, right? Default state. So default state login is false. So state is going to be the default state. We got a create a store with the reducer, and then we got a login action which returns type login. All right. Fill in the body of the reducer function so that if it receives an action of type login, it returns a state object with login set to true. Otherwise, it returns the current state. Now the current state and dispatch are passed to the reducer so you can access types. Action.type. Okay, so maybe just an if statement. If action.type equals true, then return state. Else return default state. Dispatching the login action. Dispatch. So if fill in the body of the reducer. Fill in the body of the reducer function so that if it receives an action of type login, right? If action login is that, return state. Else return default state. Right. Note that the current state and dispatched action. So we got action here, right? Pass the reducer, so what am I missing here? Dispatching the login action should update the login property, store state true. Dispatch. Where's the dispatch? Where's the store the dispatch? We don't seem to have that. If it receives an action login. Undefined. State is login is false. Store.dispatch. We're gonna dispatch. At Redux. Wait, action type is login. Okay, I'm missing something fundamental here. Start from scratch. Right, so get state. Get state gets the current state, right? Redux action. Messages deliver the information by events happening in your app. So that action equals type login. So we have a login action, okay, which we have as the action creator is const action down function action creator action return action function action creator. After creating an action, next step is sending the action to Redux store so it can update the state. Immediately you define action creators. So maybe that's what we're missing. I mean, we got the reducer. After an action is created and dispatched, Redux needs to hard respawn. That's when the reducer comes in. Okay. Maybe I also need the action creator. Function action creator that takes an action and returns action. So we're gonna call action creator. That should then send it here, and then we're gonna store the dispatch. Action creator. Code editor has previous examples as well as the start of a reducer function. Alright, let's try this again. Everything's an if row. If I receive an action type, so action the type is equal to, maybe I do that. If it's equal to that, then return its current state. Return a state object. Return state.login, maybe state.login equals true. Else, otherwise you just return the state. Console.log action.type at Redux init. What is that? Yeah, okay, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Okay, so I need to do, okay. I got it figured out, but I'm still confused on why we didn't dispatch an action, why we didn't do an action creator. Alright, let's look at some hints, see if there's anything I'm missing there. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same solution that I have, okay. Cool, very cool. 35%, let's go. use a switch statement to handle multiple actions. You can tell the Redux how to handle multiple action types. Say you are managing user authentication in your Redux store. Hey, what's going on, Marble? How's it going, man? Let's see if you land. I think you're gonna. Oh, you might closely miss it. Oh man. Hey, look at that! I've got a snowman. It's a bit slow though. Yeah. Alright, dude. You. Yeah, good man. Good. Bit of a late night. We're continuing with Redux today. Other than that, had a pretty busy day, but it's going alright. How's your weekend? Okay, multiple actions. The code editor has a store, actions, and action creator. Yeah, weekend wasn't too bad. Awesome. Work on anything specific? Do anything fun? I just sat home and I'm working on a couple of projects right now, just like business projects, and then coding. Okay, what are we doing here? The code editor has to store actions, action creators set up for you. Fill in the reducer function to handle multiple authentication actions. Use a JavaScript switch statement in the reducer to respond to different action events. Okay. This is a standard pattern writing Redux reducers. Switch statement should switch over action type and return the appropriate authentication state switch. At this point, don't worry about state immutability since it is small and simple in this example. Nothing specific, mostly just organizing browser bookmarks. Yeah, man, I have bookmarks I need to sort out from 2008. I was like, yeah, I'll get to it one day, and then I just never get around to it. It just keeps adding up, right? At this point, don't worry about it. They return the current state. Anything interesting that you found was like, oh man, I forgot I had that bookmarked. And you're like, yeah, I should visit it, but then you ended up just bookmarking it again for future. I'm thinking maybe just a bunch of if statements. Well, it's gonna be a switch statement, right? So it'd be a switch action.type. case where login we are going to return state equals authenticated true log out. It's going to be authenticated false. Then default is just going to be state. Oh, look at that. The store should be initialized with an object with an authenticated property set to false. I mean, it is. Auth reducer. Default state authenticated. A lot of the ones I put into my marketing support were interesting. Okay. What kind of marketing are you looking up? Like direct response marketing or just generic, like university kind of marketing stuff? Like the 3Ps, the 4Ps, price. What was it? Price, promotion. What were the 3Ps in marketing? Placement, price, promotion, placement, and something else, right? 4Ps. I forget. Product. Things like those you reading, or things like this guy, like David Ogilvy stuff. I guess it's more advertising, but it's still applicable to marketing. Advertising, man, like that kind of stuff. Like direct response marketing stuff, really cool stuff. Okay. Fill in the reducer function to handle multiple authentication action. Use a switch statement for that. Switch action type. If the action type is a login, authenticated true. More like hard data for client, for example, this is more directly correct. Check it out. Okay. Yeah, code conversion is yeah, the page speed definitely matters. It's interesting though how you get data on that. Very cool. Are you running these tests yourself or just aggregating um, other research other people have carried out? Hey, this one's actually really good. I'm gonna bookmark this because I'm thinking of restarting my marketing agency stuff. I used to do that for a bit. I built like WordPress websites. I used to do animated videos for people. I didn't do it myself. I hired this university kid to do the animation. So we just did some animated videos. We put it on a website. Was doing some advertising, just like Facebook ads and Google ads. I'm thinking of restarting that site again, just like make some extra cash, whatnot. That'd be pretty cool. Anything but I know about it. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna add that to my notes. I need a notes section, right? In my personal Notion. Yeah, let me bring it here somewhere. So wait, you're at uni, right? Or are you just interested in marketing? Or is this part of a course that you're doing? I don't recall. Can't remember if you said you were at uni or if you're working. Thanks for sharing that, though. That's gonna be helpful for sure. For sure. You're not in uni, okay. Now, if you get to freelance, you gotta know like aspects of business and how to deal with clients' questions. I'm not in uni, okay. Sorry. So what did you do again? Remind me, please. I forget. Yeah, I had a whole like sales pitch prepared for. Yeah, let me. I know we're digressing. Let me show off the sales pitch. So yeah, I had a few customers before, and then I just stopped because I got a job. Let me see if I can show off. 2 seconds. Project archive. Let's bring it here. All right. Yeah, this was an example of a thing we were sort of doing. We didn't end up doing this actual project. I mean, we didn't do the Facebook Google ads, but we did animate a video for them. We made graphic design stuff for them. Yeah, this isn't the final form, but it's basically, yeah. Let me show this off. Right, so this was a proposal that we were sending out. The company's called Blue Swans Media. Bunch of stuff that we do. So Google Ads, these are the 5 things we're going to do for them: keyword research, campaign architecture, ad copy, landing page creation, get some metrics and conversion, and just optimization after that. I would be the account manager. I did some. This is 2019. I did the Google certification in like a day, just to show some kind of credibility, so I could sell it. Um, and then some basic, because they didn't know what a landing page was. This is like a local company, and they just had a homepage, right? And homepage on its own is not going to sell. What's going on? Let me bring this down here. Whoa. All right. So yeah, it's like a landing page. I think I found it online somewhere. Just yeah, here's the source and what it means and why landing page matters, and if you're selling specific things. Basically, it's more like, so I did a presentation on it, and then here's the timeline of what we're gonna do. This was a client project. This is a site that I actually built. It was a festival in Bournemouth. It's a very niche market. It's a NetPlease market. I built a WordPress website, integrated WooCommerce, and we were selling tickets to the event. And then yeah, sold like 45k sales within 2 days. The initial bird did like 10k within a couple hours. Something we did, and then yeah, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I wanna kind of start this process again. What you just sent me would be a really good selling sort of tool, especially with like, hey, we're gonna build a landing page. But also, did you know that with landing page, you can, you need to make sure that it's optimized. Otherwise, you can be losing, every 100 milliseconds of delay, you're losing 7% of conversion, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm super interested in marketing and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's awesome to see. Yeah, mostly I did internal company, internet UI in the past, and I did dev consulting for a bit. Right now, I want to get into business for myself. Awesome, awesome. Any particular idea? What kind of business? All right, what's going on here? Hey, what's up, Five? Man, it's been 2 weeks. How's it going so far? JS is good, man. So it's been 2 weeks since we last spoke, but I've had to take like 6 days off, 5 days off. So really, it's been a week for me. Yeah, finished up the React section now. Now I'm gonna do some stuff. Doing some Redux. Bo, I didn't know you were here, man. What's going on? I'm going to become a bet tester. I will get paid to sleep. You just got a dream. Oh man, this guy. Bo got jokes. Bo's the comedian in the chat. Yeah, things are going good, man. Things are going good. We're just discussing making money and starting your own businesses and coding. I think I should rename my channel to Code Cap. Someone was joking about the capitalist pig. Maybe we should. That should be our yeah, maybe we should make that our avatar. What's the word? Not avatar. What's the word? Mascot. That'd be pretty funny. Could we code and make money? Mine if I'm 50 figures 2 on the nose. Call it money oinks. Money oinks. Money oinks. That's pretty. We can do that. All right. What are we doing here? Oh, is it online? Can I check it out? Or is it local to your machine? That sounds pretty cool. Nito burrito. The devil sub. What's going on? I see you. I see you in the chat, devil sub. What's going on? At the moment, I just want to get into the freelance program about just some sponsor. 5k, 10k after that, I'll be looking to develop my own platform. Okay. What kind of freelance projects though? Like developing stuff, building, I don't know, websites, apps, or consulting, like marketing consultancy, that kind of stuff. The kind that are in the 5k, 10k range sounds like. Yeah, I think those would be the kind of deals I wanna go for too. The ones that I've done in the past have been $5,000 American dollars. Probably 3k projects I've done, but never that expensive. I mean, it's over time it's become big. So like we redesigned the logo for them, redesigned their brochures, did animated videos for them, like landing pages. So like overall, like it adds up, but not initially. Brand development and implementation. Like that's supposed to make insights from design to development. Okay, cool. Maybe we can work together. I did some motion stuff in esports, and I seen there is bad esports, like a Call of Duty kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of hitting up e-commerce websites or people who want to go, like local businesses who've been hit by COVID and they want an online presence. Yeah, making them sort of go online. That's the niche that I'm thinking. Yeah, I think there's a lot of demand, especially right now. So all right, we'll see. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Why does this not work? Sure, I'll be done the work. Okay, sweet man, sounds good. Keep you posted on how it goes. I think you have to go for scale if you want to service esport because all the money is concentrated in very few hands. True. Unless you're like the League of Legends or Dota 2 guys selling to Tom and Harry's high school team. High school IT team. Right, yeah. The store should be initialized with an object with an authenticated property set to false. I mean, the default is here, false, man. Why? I don't understand. So if I run the test as is, that should pass, right? Oh, still not. Okay. Okay, what am I messing up here? I don't understand. I sold services to creators directly, like esport events. Man, we got some entrepreneurs in the chat, huh? I thought you guys were all just developers, just coding. Everyone's coming out with like, yeah, I sold this, I did that. Nice, I love it. Dropped all of that for web dev. Nice. Yeah, I dropped all of that because I got a job, and now I'm kind of like, maybe I should start again. Don't worry, BC, I can live down expenses. I'm nobody who does nothing. I don't believe that, but I feel like you're one of those secret, like you're kind of like Batman in the public light, nothing, but in the background, like got a bat cave with all this cool stuff you do. What the hell am I doing wrong? I don't understand. Action type login, do this. Log out, do that. Dispatching. So login user is going to give a login, which we have here. Case login. Action type is login. Maybe I'm doing the switch statement. Maybe I'm missing something. Bo is a CEO of CEOs. Hell yeah. Expression case. Y'all are so kind. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand. The store should be initialized as an object. I mean, it is. Store should be. Let's read through it again. The store should be initialized with an object with an authenticated property set to false. Store. Const store. Redux create store. Auth reducer. Status default state action. I don't understand. Let's check out the last code we wrote, which was this one, right? Const default state login false. If action type equals login. Action type. Case login. Oh, because I'm missing return. Is that the problem? Because I'm. Oh. Oh man, is that the issue? Oh my god, I was just missing the word return. Alright, cool. Anyway, you live and you learn. Make sure to add returns. Man, I spent like half an hour just trying to figure out why that wasn't working. All I was missing was the word, the thing return. I wasn't returning anything. Okay. Switch statement handle multiple actions. So what's everyone's plan for 2021? Boy, what you got cooking up, man? I know Bert's got some big plans. He's dropping courses for uni, but he's got like a bunch of projects he's working on. I think he said 6 or 7 projects. Marble looks like he's looking for 10k clients, freelance projects. 5, I'm not sure what you plan to do, man. Maybe you want to go back into motion. 2021, hell yeah, man. 2021 in 2 weeks. Like, it's crazy how fast 2020's gone, man. It's insane. Gonna lose my job and sit around for a while. I don't know if you're joking or being serious, man. Did you quit or you just want to chill out for a bit? Or like, you being sarcastic? He's definitely being sarcastic. I think he's being sarcastic, man. He said that's his ambition. Ambitions of Bo is to lose. Man, that guy's just trolling us. Bo is just a big troll. You don't know what you're gonna do, honestly. Okay. Use const for action types. I was 97% sure you were sarcastic. About 3%, man. That 3% is the kicker. Alright, what are we doing here? Common practice when working with Redux is to assign action types as read-only constants and then reference these constants wherever they're used. You can refactor the code you're working with to write the action types as const declarations, action types. Oh, these bad boys. Declare login and logout as const values and assign them to strings login and logout. So basically, const login Is that what we did? Case. Oh, I need to assign them strings. Oh, crap. That actually needs to be a string. Is that what we're doing? I was missing the one. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be constants. Very cool. I'm working on some budgeting software with 2 other guys, but I don't have faith I'll go anywhere other than that. I'm learning Rust and doing some game development. Currently in the process of building web-based pipeline tools for asset management. Pipeline tools for asset management, like map editing. I have no idea what that means. Pipeline tools. What's an asset management? When I hear asset management, I'm thinking like investment banks and asset portfolios, and you're building something to help them manage those assets. Yeah, but then you say like map editing and asset upload. Oh, like digital media assets. So the idea is the game has a bunch of files. Asset management. Atomic transactions or nothing. Some animation models, etc., etc. Cool. Do you have a website? Anything we can take a peek? I'm always interested in different startups, man. I think that's how you change the world. Everything starts to start up and you change the world. Alright, this is good. Use const for action types. Indie.dev.io, but nothing open to public. Oh man, I wanted to check it out. Oh no, the thing is down. Is this you? Isn't it? Okay, it's just buying VPN. Okay. Gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, this is good to go. Register a store listener. Another method you have access to is a Redux object is stored or subscribe. This allows you to subscribe listener function to the store, which are called whenever an action dispatched. So kind of like event listeners, but you subscribe. Okay. Write a callback function that increments the global variable count every time the store receives an action, and pass this function into the store subscribe method. You will see that the store dispatch is called 3 times in a row, each time directly passing in an action object. Watch the console output between the action dispatches to see the updates taking place. So we've got const add, reducer, case add +1, otherwise return the default state. So you store dispatch 1, 2, 3. So the count should be 3. Okay, so we need to do a function add counter maybe. Store the subscribe. Oh wow, no. We need to do this counter. Count plus 1. And every time it receives, store receives that action. Something like that. Should increment the global count. Hey, look at that. That's how you do it. Store.subscribe. We're making movement here, man. We are going ahead. I actually can't see the screen. 1, 2, 103, 103, 103. Alright, whatever. We will move ahead. Combining multiple reducers, man. This is getting more complicated by the seconds go. When you state your app, when the state of your app begins to grow more complex, it may be tempting to divide the state into multiple pieces. Instead, remember the first principle: everything is handled by a single state object. Therefore, Redux provides reducer composition as a solution for complex state model. You define multiple reducers to handle different pieces of your application state. Then compose these reducers together into one root reducer. The root reducer is then passed into the Redux. The root reducer is then passed into the creator. So we've got increment, decrement, counter, reducer, state, 0, action type, increment, state +1, decrement, state -1, return state, const log in, log out. Okay, we've got two different stuff going on. Alright, so we need to do something here. In order to let us combine multiple reducers together, Redux provides combine reducers method. Okay. This method accepts an object as an argument in which you define properties with associated keys. The name you give the keys will be used by Redux as the name for the associated piece of state. Typically, it's good practice to create a reducer for each piece of application state when they are distinct or unique. For example, in a note-taking app with user authentication, one reducer could handle authentication, while another handles text and notes and the user submitting For such an application, we might write method like this. Const root reducer, Redux, the command reduces authentication nodes. Authentication reducer. Okay. Now the key nodes will contain all of the status with their nodes and handled by a nodes reducer. This is how multiple reducers can be composed and managed. Alright, okay. That seems reasonable enough. Root reducer will be Redux dot combine reducers, right? And do one of these. And we are going to have, yeah, we can do auth because that's authentication. What's going on, Winwood? You love Redux? Nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Why did you love Redux, man? The auth is going to be handled by auth reducer. Go log in, log out. What's that mean? Actually, that's what's commanded by the count. I guess we're going to call it a session count. Does that make sense? That's the key I'm going to give it. Actually, they want me to just name it count. Okay, sure. Sure, man. Sure, we can do that. I don't know, I just do. Nice. Yeah, so far it's looking pretty good. It was confusing at the start, but now I'm starting to understand why and how you could use it. I still don't know how I'm going to use it with React. That's coming up next. Yeah, which will be interesting. Combine multiple so. Other than that, man, how's your Sunday going? What's been going on? What's happening? Have you bought your Christmas presents yet? All right, cool. That makes sense. 59%. Send action data to the store. By now, you've learned how to dispatch actions to the Redux store, but so far, these actions have not contained any other information than type. You can also send specific data along with the action. In fact, this is very common because actions usually originate from some user interaction, tend to carry some data with them. The Redux store often needs to know about this data. There's a basic nodes reducer method and a add node text method. Okay. Finish the body of the add node text function so that it returns an object, an action object. The object should include a type property with the value of add node, and also a text property set to node data that's passed in, which is the node. And when you call the action creator, you pass in a specific node information that you can access for the object. Okay. Okay, I think we can do that. All right, let's start with this one then. So what we need to do is we need to return action, which is going to be an object, and that's going to have return action object type property set to add note, and the text property set to note. Right, I think let's see if that passes some of the tests. Alright, whatever. Okay. And this thing is gonna have so case add underscore note. What are we gonna do? It should return the text property on the incoming action as the new state. Action equals um what am I missing? I am missing a big portion right now. Redux. So if it is add note, should return the text property on the incoming action as the new state. As the new state. Oh, return state. Return state equals new state. Text is going to be action. Right. Okay, we're passing one of the tests, so there's a small problem here somewhere. Let me bring it up here so I can read. Dispatching an action type of add node with the add node text should update the state to the string passed to the update the state. Is that what we're doing? Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I completely broke that. Dispatch. Got store to dispatch, add note text with the string hello, add note text with note, return. Should update the state. What do you mean update the state? Case return state equals bada bum. Then a break. I don't know why it doesn't like the break here. Why does it not like the break? Type, add note. If it's add note, return state. It should return the text property on the incoming action as the new state. Are you saying I just need to go state equals text? Text is not defined, of course not, because the type is text, right? I have no idea what it's trying to tell me. All right, let's read through this again. It doesn't quite make sense. Back with some more torture. Hey, what's up, Alvin? Hell yeah, man. Torture never stops. How you doing, man? How's your Sunday going? We're doing some Redux now. Going into some Redux. Making some dumb mistakes though. I think I'm missing something really obvious here. State is nothing. Text is a. I also haven't initialized anything. There's no default state or anything. State equals initial state. Maybe that. That's it. That's all I need to do. Oh my god. See, I knew it was something simple. Very cool. It's weird. Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, what am I missing? And it always turns to be something simple. Pretty good. Had to learn some crazy math algorithm for the AOC day 13. What is it? I haven't even looked at that. I don't know if I can skip ahead. Can I skip ahead? Or do I have to start from day one? Because I don't want to. Is this day 13? Oh, I can click on it. Nice. Day 12, huh? Click number 13. Why is it out of order? It's weird. Shuttle search. But it's the part two that is super hard. Your ferry can make it safely to a nearby port, but it won't get much further. When you call to book another ship, you discover that no ships embark from that port to your vacation island. Now you need to get from port to the nearest airport. Fortunately, a shuttle bus service is available for you to bring available to bring you from the seaport to the airport. Each bus has a ID number, and that also indicates how often the bus leaves. Oh wow. Schedules are defined based on a timestamp that measures the number of minutes. Timestamp 0, every bus summons a departure from Japan. After that, each bus travels to the airport and various other location and finally returns to the sea. The time this loop takes a particular bus is also its ID number. The bus with the ID 5, 11. And if you are there when the bus departs, you can ride the bus to the airport. Okay. Your notes, your puzzle input consists of two lines. The first line is your estimate of the earliest time step you could depart on a bus. The second line lists the bus IDs that are in service according to the shuttle. Your goal is to figure out the earliest bus you can take to the airport. There will be exactly one such bus. For example, suppose you have the following bus 939. Here, the earliest times we could depart is 939. The bus ID in the service is 7:13:59. The near times 939. These are the bus IDs depart at times marked D. Bus 7. Okay. This is part two. The earliest, the earliest your bus could. Oh, okay. Is that why there's? Oh, once you answer this, and then it'll unlock the second part. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm not even gonna try and do this right now. I don't even know the basics. Can you access this afterwards, or is this gone after the day? I don't know. 25. I guess. I'm not sure. You just started. You started yesterday, and you're already on day 13. Jesus. Or did you skip? You skipped. I was having someone debugging day 12, and I was like, let's try day 13. Nice. Calendar. Why has this got a timer? Oh, that's today, day 14. Huh? Yeah, of course, 14th. Oh, it starts in 2 hours for you guys because I'm it's already 14th for me, but I guess it's based on EST time. 21. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Looks like CST. Very cool. Very cool. I also like how they got sponsors here too. All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. It's too complicated for me right now. So what did you have to learn? Learn some math algorithms. This was done, right? Yeah. 65%. Let's go. The Chinese remainder theorem. What is that? Chinese Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, is that the art of war guy? I didn't know he was a mathematician. Which includes extended Euclidean algorithm, Sponkers. Yep. Okay. Man, I didn't know. I thought he was just a philosopher, or like, well, he was more of an army general guy. I didn't know he was a. Didn't know he was a mathematician. Yeah, this looks. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at stuff. I have no idea what this is. Not even gonna try. Yeah. Okay. Some other time. Some other time, man. What are we doing here? Use middleware to handle asynchronous actions. So far, the challenges have avoided discussing. I think it's a different person. It's the same name. What was it? Okay. All right. So far, these challenges have avoided discussing synchronous action, but they are unavoidable part of web development. At some point, you'll need to call synchronous endpoints in your Redux app. And so, how do you handle these types of requests? Redux provides middleware designed specifically for this purpose called what kind of name is that? Redux Thunk middleware. Redux will apply middleware. This statement is then provided as a second optional parameter to create store. Take a look at the code at the bottom. Excuse me, of the editor to see this. Then create an. Oh man, this Coca Cola is not helping. It is not helping. Take a look at the code at the bottom of the editor to see. Then create an asynchronous action. You return a function in the action creator that takes a dispatch as an argument. Within this function, you can dispatch actions and perform asynchronous requests. In this example, an asynchronous request is simulated with a set timeout. Oh, this beautiful thing. It's common to dispatch an action before initiating an asynchronous behavior so that your application state knows that some data is being requested. This state could display a loading icon, for instance. Then, once you receive the data, you dispatch another action which carries the data as a payload. If you didn't help with Redux, I'm your guy. All right, man. Um, yeah, right now I'm just trooping through, but yeah, if I get stuck, I would appreciate any help. Um, so you use Redux every day for your projects? Once you receive data, you can dispatch. Yeah, nice. Remember that you're passing dispatches of parameters special action creator. This is what you use to dispatch your actions. There's just so much stuff happening. All right. Okay. Write both dispatches in the handle async action creator. Dispatch requesting data. Where are we? Where's requesting data? Oh, here. Dispatch requesting data before the set timeout. We need to dispatch something here. Then after you receive the pretend data, dispatch the received data. Action passing in this data. Now you know how to handle synchronous action because everything else continues to behave as before. Okay. Oh man, okay. So let's have a read through again. To include Redux func middleware, you need to pass. So you pass it as an argument to apply middleware. This statement is provided as a second optional parameter to create store function. Take a look at the code at the bottom of the editor to see this. Then to create an asynchronous action, you return a function in the action creator. Action creator. That takes dispatch as an argument. Okay. To create a synchronous function, you return a function. To return a function that takes dispatch as an argument, within this function, you can dispatch actions and perform asynchronous requests. Okay. So what are we dispatching here? Dispatch requesting. Is it store.dispatch? Is that what he wants me to do? Let's see. Action creator. Dispatch. Right. Let's see if that passes any test. All right, look at that. And then dispatch receive data after delays. And after the delay, it should then dispatch the store.dispatch received data with the data, I think. Hey, look at that. Would you look at that? I'll pass it just, but I have no idea what this code is doing. All right, let's read through this. Middleware, asynchronous actions. You what, mate? You what, mate? You don't need the store? Oh, really? Dispatch is already passed in. So, what, just that? Oh, okay. Huh. Nice. Okay, so what is this code actually doing? I have no idea what it's doing. So we have a. All right, let's read this through, right? So we have a const line 8. What's line 8? Oh, this one? Okay. Okay, we have a const requesting data and receive data, which is assigned to the string. Requesting data is an action that returns type requesting data. Receive data returns received data and then users type with data dot users. Okay. And default state is fetching as false, users an empty array. You got a const async data reducer, state equals default state and an action, and then we have a switch statement. If action type case of requesting data, return fetching is true, users is an empty array. If received data, return fetching is false, and users is action.users default state. Okay. We have a store that has this and it has apply middleware Redux func. Okay, that's where this is coming in. I was thinking like, where's this middleware stuff? Just doing some magic behind the scenes there. And then we got a handle sync that is this a what is it? Is that a function? Handle sync is an anonymous function, right? Yeah, it's a constant that's assigned to an anonymous function that returns the dispatch requesting data, and then it does that, and then after 2.5 seconds, it then we have the data of users, which is an array. It would then dispatch that to receive data, which would then make type. No, what's that going to do? It's going to fetching as false, and users is going to be action.users, which is going to be this. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on, but I think I get the general. Well, but I think I get the high level idea. But I'm not going to understand this until I actually start building this out in a project. That's what I found the other JavaScript stuff to be with the vanilla JS stuff. I read it, it makes sense, but then it wasn't until I started building projects it really started to sink in. All right, so where are we? Let's 70%. Does that mean we're close to the end? One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. Here's where we're actually gonna build something. Cool. Write a counter with Redux. So now that you've learned the core principles of Redux, you've seen how create actions and action creators. You've even seen how to manage complex that reduce composition and handle synchronous action. The example is simplistic, but these concepts are the core principles of Redux. If you understand them well, you're ready to start building your own Redux app. Here we go. The next challenges cover some of the details regarding state immutability, but first, here's a review of everything you've learned so far. In this lesson, you'll implement a simple counter with Redux from scratch. The basics are provided in the code editor, but you'll have to fill in the details. Use the names that are provided and define in action, inc action, dec, increment action, decrease in action, I guess. Count reducer, increment, decrement action types. Once you're finished, you should be able to dispatch increment, decrement action to the increment or decrement the state held in the store. Good luck building your first Redux app. Oh wow, we're jumping straight in now. Cool. All right. Okay, first thing first, we're gonna change this to increment. I think just sign it to text. Decrement point is also gonna be right. Um, const increment action is gonna be an anonymous function that returns an object. What's it gonna do? Well, I don't know what it's gonna do. Count. Let's take a look at some examples. So what we could do is in action, it's gonna return. Yeah, okay, type, and then it could be increment, right? And in this one, we also do something like this. Type decrement. So those two are done. We need a default state. Okay, redux dot create store. This one. Switch. State equals. I don't know. What's the state going to be here? State plus one, state minus one. What data do I need to keep track of? I need to keep track of a counter. So okay, so it means it starts off as 0 and then some kind of action. Right. Action type. Switch. Case if it's an increment. Then we're going to return state plus 1. Case cannot spell. Decrement -1. Break. Default. Return the state. Nitpicking. Once you return, you don't need break. Oh, really? Oh, that's why it's highlighting different color. Okay. So, all right. So I could do break. Well, case state. All right. Then I have to define the variable. Whatever. We're just gonna. Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna return and we're gonna get rid of the breaks. All right. Do we have a functioning map? Well, would you look at that? I think that's passing. It's taking a while, but I don't know why it's taking. Oh no. Why is it not like it? Define. Doesn't like number 5. Doesn't like any of that. Doesn't like this. Oh. It's missing the arrow. Hey. Oh, yo. Syntax error. Yeah, you should return on the reducer. Count reducer should be a function. Nice. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I just looked at like this example and then trying to just copy this format. But I guess that's how you learn, right? First you imitate and then you innovate. I'm in the imitate state right now. But okay, makes sense. We define some constants we can use, right? And then we define some actions where if we dispatch in action, it's going to return type as increment. If we dispatch a deck action, it's going to return type decrement. And then we got a store, created a store for counter reducer, and then which is here, and this is basically initializes the state to zero and an action. And if action.type is increment, action basically being these, right? If action.type is an increment, state plus one. If action.type is a decrement, state minus one, or else return the default state. Yeah, that's basically it, right? That's basically what the code is doing. Yeah, I'm still not very yeah, that's alright. In the beginning you do the it's hard to visualize this without building a React app. Okay. Right, a console with Redux. That actually went quite smoothly than I thought it would, so which is awesome. 76%. Hey, look at that, more to-do list. These final challenges describe several methods of enforcing the key principle of state immutability. Immutable state means that you never modify the state directly, instead you return a new copy of the state. If you took a snapshot of a state of a Redux app over time, you would see something like state one, state two, state three, state four, da, 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 and so on. But each state may be similar to the last, but each is a distinct piece of data. This immutability, in fact, is what provides us features as time travel debugging that you may have never heard of. That time travel debugging. Oh, so you go back in time and see what it was. Okay. Redux does not actively enforce state immutability in a store or reduces that responsibility falls on the programmer. Fortunately, JavaScript, especially year 6, provides several useful tools you can enforce, whether it's string, number, array, object. Note that strings and numbers are primitive values and are immutable by nature. In other words, 3 is always 3. You cannot change the value of the number 3. An array or object, however, is mutable. In practice, your state will probably consist of an array or an object, as these are useful data structures for representing many types of information. Okay, there is a store and a reducer in the code for managing to do items. Finish writing the add to do in the reducer to append a new to do to the state. There are a few ways to accomplish this with standard JavaScript V6. See if you can find a way to return a new array with the item from action to do appended to the end. All right, what we got? We're going to add to do. We got a list of things here. Const to do is an array of 4 things that needs to be done. If you remember what I told you yesterday, this is talking about the same thing. Oh man, what did you tell me yesterday? You told me so many things yesterday. Um, man, I am okay. What did we talk about yesterday? um, Not modifying an array. Right. Yes, yes. Yeah. So creating a copy. Yeah. Okay. I remember. If you look at some of our code, this is Redux. We have to go back to React. But yeah, make a clone. Oh, the dot dot dot. Yeah. Okay. All right. Const immutable reducer state is to do's action is const add to do. Shouldn't the to do be to do? That description is overly verbose. The short is never modify anything directly, always make a copy. Right. Okay. That is a shorthand. The dot 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 one. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Well, it's in the Redux section, right? Sorry, it's in the React section somewhere. When the key and the value are the same, you don't have to put the value. Oh, the key and values. Man, I forgot about that already. The element and yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, all this stuff. Oh wow. Yeah, that's all. Hmm. So we kind of here, and then we did a front end frameworks equals that. Oh, there you go. New to do is dot dot dot. This dot state dot to do list. Okay. All right. So what are we doing here? I'm already passing two tests, and I haven't written a single line of code. Um, Dispatching an action of type add to do in the Redux store should add a to do item and should not mutate the state. Okay. Okay, so I need to create a copy, right? I don't know. Let new to dos, new to do, new to dos. Can I just do that? Dot, dot, dot. Hey, look at that. We created a copy, guys. um, man, I would have forgotten about that. The dot 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 notation. Um, okay. Just need to practice it more. Technically, that's wrong. Oh man, why is that wrong? Why are you supposed to copy? I was supposed to copy this const. Not quite. Finish writing the add to do case. To append a new to do to state. I got no idea what I'm doing right now. So you are in the reducer that to do's is only the initial state. This is the initial state. Right, state is that one, which is the initial one. So I'm making a copy of the state. Yes, copy of the state. Man, I like how you give me hints. Okay, because state is equal to do, so we copy in. So each time the state changes, right? New to do equal state. Copy, just don't assign. Still the variable assignment. Copy, not just an assign. Equals. Interesting. So if I just had state, I mean, it would have given me the same thing, but it's not copy. Is that right? Uh, bef- before we needed let new to dos equals to dos. Yes. So what I've done right now is correct. Okay. And then I think I just do with so new to dos equals new to dos dot push. I'm pushing. What am I pushing? I'm pushing the action dot to do, right? Maybe that. And I'm returning new to dos. Hang on. Oh, I need to return new to dos. Oh, no, default. Default is just going to be state. Not really. What was really happening was you were destructuring the to-dos, which is now immutable because you were changing the original data structure, but assigning to-dos to state first. Okay, well, what was really happening was you were destructuring the to-dos, which is not immutable because you were changing the original data structure, but assigning to-dos to state first. Assigning to-dos to state first. You're creating an entirely new data structure first. So state is already wait, what? So he's telling me I don't need to do all of that. What am I missing? What am I missing? Add to do. Misspelling action, but it still wasn't pass. Nothing. Redux init. Okay, so we have a problem. Action type. State is an entirely new variable which copied to dos, so we need directly modified to dos with let new to dos equals da 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 to dos. Yeah, you were modifying the original data structure. Then assigning the result to a new to dos. So, okay, so I don't need to do that. How was I modifying the original data structure when I was just creating a copy of the original one, right? And then I was just gonna add and remove stuff from new to dos. So I would need to do to push. I wouldn't push it to the original to do. You were modifying the original data structure and then assigning the result to new to dos. Okay. Do not mutate state here or the test will fail. Do not mutate state. Am I mutating state? Currently your code is mutating state. Crap. I don't need to resign it back. Alright, the push actually returns the size. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, pushing an item into the new array, then just return the new array. Array that push actually returns the size of the new array. Kind of awkward way of doing this. Map reduce filter make this up easier. There's actually a simple solution. Just simply return state dot concat action dot to do item. All right, let's add this to notes. State dot concat concatenate something. So I wouldn't have to do any of this. Um, okay, why does that work? What's it doing? State. So state. Oh, because it's already an array. You just concatenate the new stuff. But isn't that changing? Is mutating this state though? And we don't want to mutate that, no? Oh, because concat returns a new array. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Cool Notion notes, very inspiring. Awesome, thanks. The notes is available if you want to take a peek, man. It's in the description somewhere. Yeah, it's all there. Notion is really cool. Concat does not. Because concat returns a new array. No, wait, what? Push, splice, pop, unshift, shift. These methods mutate the array. Concat does not. Man, I need to. I'm trying to use a strategy to document my learning too. Man, go for it. Like, it's the best thing I've done to learn. Like, seriously. I probably wouldn't give it up by now. Like, not even making that up. Um, all right, let's go to. Let's go away for now. What do we have? We had something. Dummy's guide. Things to remember. Concat returns a new array. Push. What? Come on, man. Why don't you want to go in this thing? All right. So things to remember. Cool. When in doubt, console log all things. Right. When in doubt, const a 137 a dot method you are doubting dot out console log a. A is 137. All right. If a is different, a has mutated. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Mutability. Oh, I'm missing. I'm missing an I. Mutability. Okay, there we go. I want to break this. Did I have the notes ready? No, I did not. Never mutate state. Never mutate the state. Okay. All right. So what I did was, all right. So what I did was let new to dos equals da 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 state, right? And then what I was doing was new to dos dot push. Wait, I think this one actually worked. Did it? Oh no, there's an issue. Oh, missing a dot. Okay, this one was actually working. What was the thing? Just Command Z a bunch of times. Yeah, this is the one that was broken, right? No, it wasn't. Chai is typing. What's going on, man? Thanks for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Hey, 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 what's up? What's going on? What you up to? To do item, right? So here's what I was messing up. So new to do state, and I was doing a state equals state dot push. Obviously, this means I'm actually mutating the state. And hey, here's Chai. I think the thing still works. Complement. Just browsing for other people streaming code. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome. I'm learning to code, learning Redux right now, and I'm trying to see what I broke. Okay, so here's the problem. Need to do's. So you said console log the state. I mean, you're even better than a unicorn, man, because you are real. So wait, why does this one not work? Oh, I mean, doesn't work because of that. But I know I'm mutating states somewhere. Why won't you let me console log? Aren't you mutating a state? Creating a new to this copy of array seems like a step right next to it. Yeah, yeah. It's yes, you're 100%. I'm trying to basically right. So Bert said in the chat, I can console log the doubt. So this is definitely broken, but I'm just trying to see like how I would test it, and I can't. So if the console log right now, just why can't I console log the state? Right, that's what I don't understand. So we did a state equals to da da da, right, and then we're gonna. Why can't I check what the state is here? Why I want to do that? Basically, this is me trying to test if I've broken something. But are you there, man? Oh, using assignment equals an expression is a big no-no. Oh, this one. Okay. All right. So we push it to state, but why can't I log the state to see what I? That should work. Before you logging out the expression. Okay. Like console log da 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 equals da 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 is bad because assignment returns no. I was just back practicing my experience actually undefined one of the two. Okay. So okay. So how do I console log the state? I just want. I know it's mutated. I want to. I want to be able to test to see if I mutated it, like going forward. Why want to do that? Okay, it will do it up here, right? And then if it's to do, it's gonna push it, and then it should be able to. I don't know why it won't log it here. Before push, then after push. Right, but it doesn't. Some reason doesn't log it. I suppose it's not executing that block. Then it's not executed. Okay. Is it because of this free code cam um, editor thing then? So you can keep adding console before that is before the switch to see where is the execution flow mismatching from what you expect to be. Let me get on Discord. All right. There are no actions being fired. So do I need to do some kind of the immutable producer is only called probably called into the default because I'm not doing the add to do. So I need to dispatch something. Well, I would need a function, right? You on Discord? All right. So huh. Okay, let's go on Discord. But I'm coming. I am coming. This must be confusing. It actually helps a ton, man. It does help. And then I've got this intervention that we do as well. Hey, what's going on, man?
It's going well. And on your side?
Yeah, good. I'm just trying to trying to see how I can troubleshoot this. Other
Yeah,
than
okay.
that,
So
all good.
basically, you put console logs on line 17 and 19,
Right,
and things don't go as you would expect them to go. So this proves that line 17 and 19 are not being executed. Like currently, you have before push that's console logged right there, but that's problematic because you have two console logs that say before push. So now you don't know which one is being console logged. I can actually determine that it's the one on line 23 because if it's the one on line 17, also the one on line 19 should have been executed.
right.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so when adding console logs, make sure that you have different names so you can easily determine which one is executed. Yeah, but basically you have a switch, and before you added the one on line 23, yeah, you had a case add to do, and you had two console logs inside, and nothing was printed.
Right.
So this proves that these lines 17, 18, 19 are not being executed, which most likely means that you don't get to the add to the case, which could be the result of one of two things. Either the function is called, but the action type is not what you expect it to be, or the function is not even called to begin with. So because line 23 is being executed, it means the function is called, but add to do is not what you expect it to be. Action type is not what you expect it to be. So now
Okay.
you can go before the switch, for example, and add a console log to display the action type and see what the action type is.
Ah. Okay. Action dot type Redux init. What is that? Apparently, it's
Yeah,
the
I haven't actually used Redux. I'm just here to help you with the JavaScript side of things.
okay. What the hell is that? All right. Okay. Also, where are we actually calling the function? Because we don't have. Is it in the back? Is the this
uh,
question?
Judging from okay, so two hypotheses I have here is judging from previous free code examples, the code that you added free code camp, like from line 1 to line 38, or even to the bottom with the text file, that's just the code lines that you write, but actually it gets put into another JavaScript file which has other code lines of code before and after the lines of code that you had. So if you
Right.
don't call something, doesn't necessarily mean that they don't call it. But I see on line 35 that you pass in immutable reducer, and that function is related to immutable reducer, right?
Right. Yeah. This one.
So it may be possible that Redux creates store. When you pass that callback to create store, it's probably being called somewhere, and that's usually why we pass callbacks to other functions to begin with. So most very likely create store receives a callback because it intends to call it at some point.
Okay. All right. Well.
So
so
that's
does.
my guess.
Hey, what's up, Alvin? What's going on, man?
Hey, hey, so the React init is coming from the create store. So the create store needs to initialize your store, initialize the state first, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's why the reducer gets called initially, but there's no payload essentially, right? That's why you have state equals to do's. That's the initial state.
Sorry. What's the payload?
Just the action essentially.
Okay. Right.
So to simulate at the very bottom, below the create reducer,
Yeah.
add
Wait, no.
add this code like store.dispatch.
Somewhere here. Okay. Store.
No, at the very bottom below the store, yeah, store.dispatch.
Yeah.
So that's the function. It takes an object,
Okay.
or actually just call add to do in here. So dispatch add to do.
This thing.
Yeah, the function. Yeah, add to do parentheses and add some item there, like hello or whatever. You need something. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, look at
so
that. Yeah,
now
look
you
at
see the before and after.
that. Huh.
So I think like basically like free code camp probably didn't run the reducer with the with some action
Okay.
until you actually run the test. So that's probably what happened.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So because before, after, yeah. So I'm definitely modifying this or mutating the state here. Okay. Cool. Because you guys told me how to check by console logs. I'm like, how do I check it? Okay, this is how I check. But the problem is, I'm not doing
Because of the
this.
code.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. That makes sense now.
After a while, you'll remember like push is always modifying the array.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I remember studying that like 3 weeks ago, but yeah, completely forgotten it.
Once you check whether it actually does modify the array or not,
Right.
like enough amount of times that it reaches critical mass, you'll remember it, so you don't have to check it anymore.
Right.
Yeah. But going back to the debugging phase, so you have this goes back to the basics of programming. Whether it's JavaScript or other programming language, doesn't matter. You have a control flow. So let's say you have line 33. Without
Right.
knowing anything about what the code does and whatever, you know that line 33 is a variable assignment, and after that's evaluated, it should ideally move to line 34, which is empty line. So it should move to line 35. Yeah, so it goes top to bottom. So if it doesn't go there, then it means something wrong has happened. Like in this
Okay.
case, it should theoretically always move to line 35.
Right.
But in the case when you have ifs and switches and fors and whiles, that's when you have some jumping up and down. And usually that's why we have keywords like break and return. Those are the jumping statements and case. Yeah, so if you
Right.
have for, while, break, or return, or case, yeah, it means that it breaks the top to bottom control flow. And that's where you have to be extra careful. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Like line 16 through 19, yeah. So if you remove the cases, the switches, and the default, it should move on to line 22 after that. But with the break and the default, now it's suddenly not necessarily going to go to line 22. Yeah, but for this, you don't actually like, for example, I don't know anything about Redux. I just know that it's something about managing state.
Right.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't used it at all, but I
Okay.
was able, through the basics of JavaScript, just guide you to what's not going as intended.
Yep. Nope. Yep. Makes sense. Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Good luck.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. All right. Mo Chili Dog, what's going on? Thanks for the follow. If you want to check very odd at Choi said you are initializing results of anyone resist state. No, yeah. Awesome. Okay. So to actually fix this then we need to go back to if I can remember we just did a return state dot concat action dot right. So concat returns a new one. I think that will fix. Whoa! What happened? Is this thing? What do we break here? Okay, cool. Very cool. What's going on, more chili dog? There's a game you guys can play too, by the way. I never win, but always wins. But you type in drop, then you see if you can land in the middle of the whatever that's called, the pool. Oh man, burn up and fighting each other. Hey, Chai might just win, you know? Very slow and very strategic. Oh, I think I'm gonna land. Oh, maybe on the way back. Nice, 58. Knowing will make other people lose. 58.26. That's awesome. Okay. All right. What we have? Spread operator. Hey, look at Elfin. This is it. What you said? You're always ahead, man. The chat is always ahead. Look at this. Always ahead of free code cap. So funny. Okay, use a spread operator on the arrays. One solution we use is to enforce state immutability. It's a spread operator. The spread operator has a variety of applications, one of which is well suited for previous challenge, producing a new array from an existing array. This is relatively new but commonly used syntax. For example, if you have an array my array, right, let new array equals my array. New array is now a clone of my array. Both arrays still exist separately in memory. If you perform mutations like new array.push5, my array doesn't change. The effectively spreads out the values of my array into a new array. To clone an array but additional values. To clone an array but additional value in the new array, you could write. But add new addition values, you could write, this will return a new array composed with the values in. That's the last value. This spread syntax can be used multiple times. It only makes a shallow copy of the array. That is to say, it only provides immutable array operations for one-dimensional arrays. All right, that is cool. I'm actually gonna add that to my notes. I wish they also included more ways to do this instead of telling you to do it one specific way. Right? Right? Hey, just do this. Like, all right. Chat is always ahead. Is always ahead. What's the meme? People. Do you watch Doctor Who? Man, I haven't. I used to love that show when David Tennant was around, and then I kind of stopped watching. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. I love it. Basically, the spread operator is a new fancy way to do new array because array does slice. I'll add that to my notes. Slice and splice, and I don't remember doing that. Just gonna go in here. Okay, cool. All right, so what do we do here? Use the spread operator to return a new copy of the state when a to-do is added. So we got a mutable state is do not mute a state, action to type to do, add to do, type to do, da da da. So when the case is add to do, you wasn't the end of it. The 12th season? I don't even know how many seasons there are. Doctor Who season. There's 13 seasons. See how far I got. I probably finished in season 10 actually. Might have been even 9. Jody, yeah, it was before Jody. Man, oh, it was before him. I stopped when he became the Doctor Who. Wait, Saigon Series 8. Oh man, I stopped a while back. I might have to catch up. Yeah, I was watching when Matt Smith was still the Doctor, and then I stopped after that. Cold War, The Name of the Doctor. Yeah. This is it. I stopped here. I stopped series 7. Damn. Wikipedia knows all, right? It's licensed by such confusing names. Peter Capaldi. Okay. Yeah, I never got to that page. So you know what to do at the free code camp? Yeah, I need to catch up. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Peter Garlic Soup and Doctor Who. Oh yeah, sounds like a plan. Every Sunday. Maybe we can, oh man. We can't watch it on stream because copyright. Maybe we can build our own Twitch and just don't care. What are we doing here? So add to do. Oh, I can just go return. Hey, the concat thing was doing the same thing, right? So this basically, the concatenation was basically doing this. The thing we wrote earlier, it was just cloning it, and then it was concatenating to the thing. Kind of. Oh, this doesn't work. I'm actually okay. I am mutating the state. I kind of accept concat takes an array as an argument, right? My array. Oh, I'm messing up because I'm using my array. Not my array. What am I mutating? I'm mutating state, right? Yeah. Should not mutate state. Looks I should be fine. What am I missing? Hey, we could do some console login here. To do is wrong. Oh, action to do. Yes. Not declared. Yes. That makes sense. Action to do. This to do is confusing for me too. So how does it know what this is? Do I not need to do like to do is to do something? To do item. It's annoying that the console doesn't show the errors for you. Yeah. We're gonna get there. Okay, so the I think you came on today, right? Here's the plan. So we went through finished off React yesterday. We're almost done with Redux. Gonna do React and Redux tomorrow, and then we're gonna start building these projects. These projects we're gonna build out. Actually, do I need to build it out within the editor? No, it needs to. I think we can build it out on our own IDE, and then just post the CodePen solution. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then we can do all kind of cool stuff. We can check the error messages. I think we're gonna learn more doing that. To do is the same as to do. Oh, it is. So no. So when is it to do? To do the shorthand is just to use to do. Oh, really? Okay. That's good to know. Because the key and the value is the same. Yeah, it's just syntactic sugar. Syntactic sugar. There's that syntactic sugar. Like, everyone says that. Syntactic sugar. What is that? Syntactic sugar. Designed to make things easier to read or express. Okay, to make the language sweeter for humans use, things can express more clearly, more concisely, or in an alternative. All right, just give it more sweetness. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense now. It means it looks cool. Such a buzzword. Syntax that is unnecessary but nice to have. All right, awesome. 88. I think we got two more to go. I think honestly, sometimes it's just more confusing. Is syntax that will make your code more unreadable to the untrained eyes. Right. Only the what's the word? Man, what am I trying to say? Only that can that you can fill in the blanks. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I can't think of words today. Okay, time to practice. Remove an item from an array. Pop or slice. Go slice. Oh, slice removes. Yeah. Concat. We did the concatenation. The reducer and action creator modifier to remove an item from an array. Okay. Based on the index of the item. Finish writing the reducer so a new state of an array is returned with the item at the specified index removed. Okay, we need to go back and what did we just say? We said slice and these methods mutate the array. Does the slice mutate the array? Creates a brand new array. Perfect. Very cool. Now the second question is the slice index, which I forget. Do you use MDN for documentation? Not right now. Just use my own notes. Probably should. There you go. We got slice. There it is. Copies or extracts a given number of elements in the array. Takes two parameters. The first is the index to which to begin the extraction, and the second is when to stop. Okay. That's what the index is. Slice MDN. This one? Alright, 2, 0, 1, 2, boom, boom, 2 and 4, 2, 1 and 5. Yeah, okay, nice. So slice, start, and end. So what do we need to do? It should remove an item. So if I want to remove just one item, it would be index and index plus 1. That's remove just that, right? I think. So we've got animals as that. Let's say I want to remove Python. So 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Oh, slice actually copies it. Okay. We don't want that. What am I doing? Okay. Slice and then concatenate it. Okay. Probably one splice. Right. Why is it telling me slice? Start and delete count. Okay, start from 1. Oh, it has to be index and index. Okay. And then animals should now not have ant, camel, duck. Okay. Splice index index. That should do it. But also I cannot mutate the thing. Splice mutates the array. Right, but you can make a copy first, which is fine. You just have to make a copy first. With slice, you can do multiple times, right? So slice, and then concatenation, yeah. I need to make a copy first. What are these numbers? It's just 0, 1. Okay, whatever. We just got a number. New num equals dot 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 state, and then return from the splice index. Does that even make sense? Oh, no, new let. Should not mutate. Okay, I'm still mutating something. What am I doing wrong? Return. Splice starting index amount. Oh. That's what is wrong. Okay. So wait, so why does this test here work then when I did one? Oh, because the one. Yeah, okay. Because I started at the one position, I thought it was the same thing. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a misunderstanding. I probably should have just done splice. Yeah, start, delete, count. Okay. Nice. Moving ahead, man. Moving ahead. Yeah, okay. Let's add this to notes. Where are my notes at? All right, cool. I think I got one more, and then this can be completed. 94%. Also, JavaScript engine technically don't allow creating new variables inside switch. Oh, that's a bad practice. So where should we do it? Should we do it before the switch? Somewhere here. You don't think that's true? A lot of links will complain. So is this a better implementation than having it before the switch? Yeah, if it didn't, previous code wouldn't have worked. That also makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. What did you say? Copy. Sorry, is that an actual thing? Then? Create variables outside switch. Let's see. Can I declare variables inside a switch case? Yes, in JavaScript you can do this, but I think testing it much simpler. TLDR. JavaScript has a lexical scoping closes. This means you can tell JavaScript. Global function block. Oh man, this is a whole essay. No. Whatever. So it's fine for now. A bunch of years ago, maybe, but a lot has changed. Okay. All right. We'll go with what's working. All right. Last one. Copy an object with object dot assign. It's got default state with a bunch of stuff. Action type online. Comes wake up. Okay. The last several challenges work with arrays, but there are ways to help enforce state immutability when state is an object. A useful tool. This is super fascinating to watch, by the way. Are you learning for fun? Great question. Right, here's what we're doing, right? So I've been learning for what? JavaScript is probably right. I'll show you. So here's what we're doing. Started on September the 5th. Learning for two reasons: startup and startup. 80% of the motivation. If it doesn't work, then get a dev job. And then this is just a joke we have because Bad Cop is, I don't know if he's in the chat right now. He makes stupendous money because he works in Bay Area or something. So then we were just like, okay, worst case scenario, we're going to get that Bad Cop money. So we got that. And then, so until 2021 is what we're doing. Finished the HTML CSS section. We did the JavaScript section, didn't complete all of them, built a few projects. Did some of the projects from there right now, going through the front end stuff. Once that is done, gonna learn Node, learning this in the background, and then so that's what we're doing. And a bunch of stream to dos and notes and stuff. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Started September the 5th. Started JavaScript in October. I think October. Maybe it was mid-October, don't recall. Spent about 35 days going through the entire JavaScript curriculum and building projects, and then we started React this week. It might have been last week. No one wants a good cop money. The dark side always better. Oh man, you keep saying dark side. I have got a dark side right here, man. Even as this. You will meet your destiny. Dark side. Dark side is always cooler, man. That's the way. That's the side. This is awesome. What about you, Chai? What do you do? Welcome to the dark side. All right. But there always reserved for state immutability when the state is an object. A useful tool for handling objects is object.assign. Object assign takes a target object and source objects and maps properties from the source objects to the target object. What is that? Just object, object, object. I'm a software engineer, mostly front end. Okay, awesome. You based in the States or somewhere else around the world? More front end. Yeah, we have a lot of front end. So here's what we see in the chat. We see front end developers. We see some what would say like rare engineers like Elfin who do like graphs and so you're from New York. Okay, nice. Front end devs are short supply. Oh, are they? I thought everyone's looking for like full stack nowadays. No, on short supply. Um. Oh, really? And yeah, and we get a lot of computer science students too. You wouldn't want a full stack job, oh really? I guess big companies don't hire full stack people. They hire like front end separately, and maybe it's the startups, small companies. So far, there's still more demand than supply. Okay, which is good. Good developers are hard to find. Makes sense. It's hard to be an expert in both back end and front end. Right, that also makes sense. What are we doing here? Takes a target object, a source object, and mass properties from the source object. There's too many objects. How many objects we got on this page? Gee, look at that, 25. Any matching properties are overridden by properties of the source object. This behavior is commonly used to make shallow copies of objects by passing an empty object. Also, even if you are knowledgeable, you can't be doing everything every day. True. Lots of front-end devs came from web design bro, so most of them. Most of the designers end up becoming front-end and they don't do well with the algorithms. Slowly changing now though, which is good. Sorry, we're distracting you. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is what actually makes the thing fun. Because I tried learning like 2 years ago, did a little bit, and I just gave up. It was hard, and I was learning by myself, and it's tough. But this kind of feels like learning together kind of thing. And then when I get stuck, like people help out in the chat. There's a Discord channel we jump on. So yeah. Oh no, man. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Also, Discord here if you wanna join. That was a bad assumption on my end. um. Okay. So this creates a new object as a wait. This creates new object as a new object which contains properties. Oh, look at that. Kind of like I'm gonna try not to get cancelled now. Yeah. I gotta be careful, man. Man, I can actually say man because I know, but is a man. Which demonstrates we need more gender diversity in software engineering. I call everyone girl. Okay, let's go, girl. I like it. Imagine getting cancelled on Twitch. That would be it's probably not the first time. Hey, let's not talk about it. I'm digging my own grave right now. So we're gonna talk about objects. That's what we're doing. Const new object equals object as a sign. Object one, object two. This creates new object. So this is basically like concatenating. Okay, like an empty, create an empty object and then add stuff to it. The Redux state and actions are modified to handle an object for the state. Wake up, type online. Okay. So that's a great description. Okay. This is the old way. What's the new way? Um, object. Oh, the dot 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 thing again. I have no idea what I'm doing here. We've got a default state with a user with status, number of friends. Man, this Camperboy has a lot of friends, and the community they're part of. There's a wake up, which returns a type if they're online, and the action if the action type is online, we want to do something. What are we doing? Edit the code to return a new state object for actions with type online. I also like where it says try to use it. I'm pretty sure if I don't use it, I'm going to fail the test. Okay. 2 tests are already passing, which is great. I don't know what it wants to do. So the Redux state actions are modified to handle an object for the state. Type is online. Oh, which sets the status to. Okay, I'm changing the status here. Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense. But it wants me to. It's very similar, but with an object. All right. Okay. If it's very similar, we need to create a copy. How do we create a copy? We do object. Let's just go let new user. Maybe even user update equals equals object one, object two. So initialize it to an empty object, and then state, right? Okay, maybe not. No, okay, it should be fine. And then we do user guess return user update equals status online, maybe. No, I'm trying to reset. Run the test. Nice. Is it working? All right, we're missing something. Okay, I'm mutating it. Why am I mutating it? User update. User update. User update. Statue. What's the statue? Just status. Oh, is it? No, I'm still wrong. What's wrong? I don't know. Status online. So string object. This thing here is grayed out. Why is it? Is it because I'm doing it? No. Is that gonna work? You're returning an expression. Shame on FreeCodeCamp, such a misleading error. You're returning an expression. You're not returning the object. Sorry, you fixed number one already. Okay. Number two is still an error. You are not returning the object you just created with the assign. Well, am I not? Apparently, I'm still mutating something. Like line 13. I'm overriding the object you created in line. Yeah, maybe watch me struggle a bit more in the and then and then you jump in as a life side. But hints would be cool though. Wait, I'm overwriting it, but that's the whole point, no? Because I don't want to change the initial thing. I don't want to mutate it. So I'm going to create a copy of it, then I can do whatever I want with it, which is update the user status from offline to online. So right now, this here, if I console log user update, that should be offline, right? Yeah. And then I want to change that to online. I want to change the status to online. I have to change something. Hey, would you look at that? Snoop doesn't want to. Console output. Status is still offline. Wait, you said it's similar to the last one, right? I'm not saying anything. Okay. Right. Num data state data num displays, which means user update equals action type. Can I just go user update dot status equals online, maybe? Yes. Okay. Is that it? Nice. All right. Awesome. So, but why can't I do the other thing I did? Oh, that would create an object of just that key value, right? So I'm overwriting the entire thing. Okay. Okay. Cool. Newbie mistakes, but okay, that makes sense. This makes sense. Copy an object with object to the same. That's what I was saying there was misleading because it has nothing to do with what they said. They decided what you would well, you could get wrong in advance. That's not good. Hey, at least it makes for more entertaining content, I guess. They were looking out for me indirectly, which which is good. All right, we are done with this stuff. 100%. All right, what's next? Right, it is screwing people over for content sake. Oh, you have no idea how bad it got in the JavaScript section. Like they would teach you like, okay, here's how you, I don't know, here's how you put slippers on, here's how you put your socks on, and then like next step is like, okay, go, I don't know, run a runway fashion show in 10 minutes, like something like that. Yeah, I guess that's why it's free. It's pretty good though. The basics is good, but yeah, I mean, I get a lot of value out of the chat, like Twitch chat. Like it's insane how much I learn from the chat because everyone's like, no, they're wrong. Why are they doing this? And then all kinds of new stuff from there. You get what you don't pay for. Makes sense. Yeah, I think this might be it today. It is 4 a.m. I need to go catch up on some sleep. Yeah, okay. So we got 10 things to do. Should be able to get that wrapped up tomorrow. Well, ready today, later tonight, because it's 4 a.m. for me already. Makes sense because it's incredibly hard to not to say something about watching. You know, that's how the Discord started. Because people were telling me stuff in the chat, and it's so hard to get it across. Like, hey, why don't you just jump on Discord? Hey, what's up, Luminosity? What's going on? And yeah, that's how I started. Man, you're going straight down. But why you? Oh, I thought you were gonna bump into me again. My guy is not even trying. He just went, okay, I'll give up. Just go straight left. Elfin about to land. 9.65. Nice. This is awesome. I'll definitely drop by again. Appreciate you hanging out and making this fun to learn. Yeah, okay, yeah. So tomorrow, finish that off, and then Tuesday, yeah, maybe Wednesday we'll start this off. Yeah, okay. Sweet. Should we rate somebody? Anyone you guys want to watch? Guys and girls now, by the way. Not just guys. Browse. Ladies and gentlemen, that's more like it. We're grown adults. Science and tech. Who's online? Who is? Jeez, who looks cool? Oh, who's doing something cool? Well, this is it. I don't know what this guy's doing. This guy looks cool. We go hang out with him. Conscious beings.
Part of the pagan stuff I'm trying to do is I don't want
Am I spelling that right?
I'm going to do code generation for my language grammar parser, but I want to be able to distinguish certain parts so that you can combine code that you maintain to parse a particular type as well as the stuff that's auto-generated. Write the server code and you'll find out how to do it easily. Well, that's coming. I don't want to write server code.
Oh man, see this. I need to get some sleep. I can't even think. Okay, we're gonna. Yeah, we are going to raid Mr. RWX Rob. That was so funny.
And I assume that they'll know that.
I was
when they
like,
go into it,
who's
right?
this cautious
I
being
assume they'll know how to do
guy?
that. I want to be
Oh,
damn
oh
sure
girl.
that they don't stick with it.
All right, cool. Again, thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate you guys making this fun and the help. Dear Homo sapiens, we got covers everybody.
Yeah, so far it hasn't answered that question because that
you
code
cannot
is
rate this
generated,
channel. Oh, I can't even rate this,
right?
dude.
This is
It literally
the thing
says I
that
can't
RC
rate
is
him.
disconnecting on. I
Okay,
read
then.
some, this is what okay,
We're not gonna rate him.
So what I read was, now what you're showing me is all code that I can write, and I'm totally fine with doing that.
Wait, what's going on? Cute avalanche. What's kitten camp? Nah. Like, I didn't even mean to click on that. What's going on? Should we go? We're gonna raid a kitten channel. Reduce your dependency on big tech. Escape from Gmail. All right, we go. Say hello to Scan
You've
Lime.
already copied. Our clone is kind of like that, except it's parallelized, so it can do many connections at once, and it supports a bunch of cloud
Don't
service
escape from
providers,
Gmail. Elfin, they're attacking your livelihood, man.
Layered virtual file
They're like,
systems internally.
we're
you can do
right,
things like
yeah.
merge file systems and encrypt file systems.
Right.
So I find that super useful for doing offsite
We'll
backups.
raid
I have my own layer of encryption with our
cats
clone.
over Gmail.
I can
All right,
throw
we can do
something
cat
in,
video
and
next
then
time.
send it
I've
to
already.
object storage, and it's relatively cheap. And it's also very fast.
Yeah,
I
again,
can
thanks for
max out
hanging
my
out. I will
1 gigabit
catch you all
connection
tomorrow,
with,
hopefully.
B2
Feel-
uploads, which is
feel
not
around.
something I can do with very many services.
All right, speak later.
Yeah, big files suck on rsync. If you're doing large